welcome to the Jersey City Show, and welcome to the live Jersey City Show. We're live. We're live on Comcast 190. We're live on livestream.com, YouTube, Facebook. You got questions, you got comments, we'll put it right on the screen. Go to your Twitter, go to your Facebook. Twitter is JC Hudson Media. Facebook, it's running around on the screens here. HMG TV Shows is our website. You got a problem with the city of Jersey City? I'll talk to Steve Fuller for you. Got a problem with the county? I could talk to Tom DeG, since Carlo feels funny for some reason. You got a problem consumer-wise? We help. We're helpful people. That's why we do the show, and we do it live. And we're live on all your web-enabled devices. The live stream app, download it. We archive all our productions there. There's a ton of other programming, and it's free. So you can enjoy, you can get your lottery numbers there, you can watch them live. There's a lot of things going on there. If you got to send me an email, you go to HMG TV Shows. Send me an email. I'll help you out. You got, listen, if you want to promote a business that's opening, you got a civic organization that's having some sort of a tricky tray or a fundraiser, we're here to help. For that matter, before we go on hiatus, I want to do a few things. I want to do a pet adoption show where we're going to help some pets. For that matter, I got to talk to Mayor Phillip's wife. She's a pet person. Maybe she'll come in. Maybe she'll co-host with me. Try to get some pets adopted. I'm going to work with a few places. I'll work with certainly Secaucus Animal Hospital. Dr. Hatch, my vet for many, 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 many years. Crazy cat lady, we call her, out of PetSmart. She's been finding homes for stray cats for a long time. I'm going to try to bring in a few shelter people, and we'll try to adopt out as many cats. There's a lot of things we want to try to put into our hiatus time. We're going to work on some new shows. We're kicking around an idea with the Senate show. We're working on a new at-large. We used to do Hudson County at-large and Bergen County at-large and Essex County at-large, so now we're going to try to put a New Jersey at-large together to help law enforcement. We got a busy show. We're going to talk about how New Jersey is trying to make a workaround that your property taxes could become tax deductible. You can write a check for various things in Jersey City. We're going to talk about the Catan monument down on the waterfront that Matt Calley wants to move. This guy, you wonder how these people get to their position with some of the comments they make. We're going to talk about President Trump. You get the opinion sometimes that President Trump kind of just steps in it and he gets completely lucky, like with Korea right now. Or does this guy really have a plan? Now, we know Don Trump for his many, many years in New York City. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if, he's dumb like a fox, you know what I mean? I want to talk about the Gateway Tunnel, the fear. There's a real fear in there. We're going to talk about school layoffs. Oh, man, we're going to talk about demo permits, and we got a bunch of other stuff. I got like a whole show of stuff here. I write this thing. I write a lot of this. Do I get to use it all? No, and I'm actually going to talk about it. It's a small world where I come across Hudson County people in Ocean County. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live. For that matter, you're just looking at the commercials. I'm watching them with you. Just with Johnny Burns at Burns Brothers Monuments and Memorials and Hooper in North Arlington. Yeah, the guy does really good work on headstones. It's truly art. When you're looking at Boris and the gang where they do the hand etchings, You know, he truly is a craftsman. You know, he's a friend of mine, one of the greatest guys Hudson County, Jersey City has. We should be building statues to him. When there is a concern or a need or a family that, you know, can't afford the headstone, Johnny's there to help. And I was just with Nelson at Consumer Carpets Friday. As I said before, my kids had purchased a home in Seaside Heights, and it's hardwood floors. And they want to refinish the floor, so of course, if I'm getting floor work done, I'm going to Consumer Carpets. So I was with Nelson, and Nelson's going to come down. He's going to refinish 7 floors, sand them all down, refinish them. And I think the price was like $2,000, $2,200. Good price. For that matter, I was talking to John Burns, who just had his floors done. He was doing the math. And that's a good price. Well, you probably should have went to Nelson when you got your floors done. Property taxes in New Jersey. Now, the feds capped your deductions at $10,000 for local property taxes. It is the same cap that the state of New Jersey has on your New Jersey taxes. You can't claim more than $10,000 in Jersey taxes. But everybody's upset that the feds did that. Now, in Jersey City, unless you really got a big money item home, like you're in Ward E, yeah, you're spending more than 10. But for the most part, in Jersey City, we're somewhere around that. You know, you got a house that's, you know, worth about $400,000. You're probably in $400,000 or $500,000. That $7,000, $8,000 range a year. So you're still deducting that. But the state is going out of their way to figure out how they can help the residents of New Jersey get around the $10,000 cap on your federal taxes. Again, I want to reiterate, the state has a $10,000 cap on tax deductions for property taxes. So, you know, probably the easiest thing the state can do is just raise the cap that they have. That's kind of hypocritical if you ask me. You know, the state, the state, they took away your deduction. You have the same limitation in the state. A bill that's in the Senate right now and passed 28 to 9 is Bill S. 1893, making property taxes charitable. Now, instead of you writing a check to City Hall for property taxes every quarter, what this bill is saying, now, listen, I don't have all the ins and outs, and the devil's, of course, in the details. What Bill S. 1893 is saying is you could write checks, say, to DPW. Well, we want to write a check to DPW because we like to have those potholes fixed, and so we'll write a check to DPW. Maybe you want to write a check to the fire department because they do a great job, Jersey City Fire, so you write a check there. You can write checks to different administrators in the city, and they would be tax deductible. I sincerely doubt that that's going to fly, but let's go with it. This is what they're working on in Trenton, a way to work around the $10,000 cap on your federal taxes, and I want to reiterate, it's the same cap we have on your state taxes. What I didn't read in the bill is what happens if you're not charitable. Now, they can't force you to make charitable deductions, and if there's any language in that bill that says in lieu of your property taxes, you can make a charitable deduction, but if you don't make your charitable donation, there's some penalty. I don't know how they can force you to make a charitable deduction. Now, maybe it's a case of, well, you can make it under charity, or you can just pay your property tax. Maybe it's up to you. You can write different checks. I don't see that flying with the federal government. You know, it's a workaround the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, and the federal, and the Congress sets these things. Now, if you're setting up a charitable organization, and DPW would have to become a charitable organization, the fire department, cultural affairs, health and senior services, all the various departments of City Hall would have to become charitable organizations. And each one of those charitable organizations would have to have a board of directors and trustees. I want to do fundraising to help people who are burned out of their homes get back on their feet, be able to have a deposit for another apartment, be able to get furniture. I would like to help people get back on their feet as soon as possible, not have it take months and sometimes year to get back on their feet, where we can help them, go to Bob's Furniture and get furniture, and we can help them get their paperwork back, like their birth certificate and their driver's license. You want to get a driver's license, got to have points. The problem is I would have to start a charitable corporation, a 501c. And there's all rules and regulations that have to be followed. You may not notice this, but in Hudson Media and Ready to Roll, it's just me. I have editors, and we use, freelancers. But when it comes to the actual day-to-day business of the studios, it's just me. There's no office personnel. It's just me. There's how much do I want to do? But I think to make the fire victim programs, and we would do it live, and people would donate $5, $10, and we'd get these people back on their feet. I think I have to have a charitable organization. That's a hindrance right now, because then I have to run the damn thing. I have to do all the bookkeeping. There's a bit of a job in that. And there's only so much pat to go around. Now, there's a few states who are working on the same exact federal government workaround, and their bills are similar, but they're not the same. And that's going to be the problem. You're not going to have all sorts of different tax regulations that will go from state to county to municipality and have the federal government recognize it, because you'd be throwing a slew of various tax revenue offices and regulations and bureaucracy, multiplying that by counties and municipalities in each state. And if each one of these bills are similar but different, that's not going to fly. Unless you can get all 50 states to get together and say, all right, here's how we're going to work this. And we're going to become charities, which isn't going to work. The best thing to do is maybe you sit down with the president and you try to horse trade your way through this. But that doesn't happen anymore. Could there be a solution? I'm sure there's a solution that could be found, but there has to be some horse trading. But no, we just throw horse blank at each other. Again, I've said this many times. Once the election's over, you're in Trenton or you're in Washington, you're there to do the business of the people. Sure, I'm sure there's a way we can get around this without starting 501Cs for each department in Jersey City. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Pat Amelia here. You concerned Jersey City resident there. You're concerned because I'm pulling my wristwatch. As I said before, one of the shows we're kicking around during hiatus is a show on the state, probably something like State of NJ or whatever, where we'll focus on bills that are coming out of the Senate and the Assembly, because you don't hear about these until it bites you on the butt. And some of these guys are doing really good work down there. Now, you may not know it, I host the Tom's River Show in Ocean County. Very similar to this one, actually same desk. Probably same back, but actually it is this set. There is a homeless situation in Tom's River, the same as we have in Jersey City. And if you watch the Tom's River Show, I was talking about California has an initiative there with tiny houses, where they'll pay people to build tiny houses in their backyard for the homeless to live in. And I was kind of joking about it. You want people I don't want people living next door to me. You want people in my backyard. Well, I was informed that there is a bill in the state going through that addresses tiny houses for the homeless. So again, I went to do a little research that I've been doing for the state show, and sure enough, there is a bill in Trenton, S-177 for the Senate and A-3072 for the Assembly, that will build tiny houses, 300 square feet, and each municipality will get 2 credits towards their affordable housing requirements. And the interesting thing is how it's a small world. The bill in the Senate, S-177, is sponsored by none other than Brian Stack, state senator from the 33rd District and the mayor of Union City. Now, I got to talk to Brian to find out, what compelled him to do this and where he's planning on building these little tiny houses. But it's amazing, the people in Tom's River and Ocean County, they're pointing towards Brian Stack. Now, we didn't hear about this, and that's why I really think there's a need for this Senate show. So you know what these guys are doing. And, they're down here doing good work. Sometimes, I don't know if we need them down here twice a week or so. Catan Monument Memorial, whatever way you want to look at it, on the waterfront. Can we get a picture of that up here? Not everybody knows the monument. Now, if I say the Stabby Guy statue on the waterfront, everybody knows the Stabby Guy statue. There is a movement afoot by Mac Calley, a prominent developer here in Jersey City, to remove this monument to build a park, open space. They'll put some benches around there, that sort of thing. How much park are you going to build? Around like a pier down there. And they want to put the statue in storage, but they would rather it not come back to the waterfront. Now, this statue, I believe, was dedicated in 1991. Jersey City has a real problem with monuments. We don't respect what other generations have done, whether it's Catan here, or as we call it, the Stabby Guy. No disrespect, just everybody knows it as the Stabby Guy. Peter Stuyvesant. You remember Peter Stuyvesant? Well, we're going to bring him back to his original, because right now he's being held hostage. There's Pete. Pete's being held hostage by the county of Hudson outside of their cooking school on Sixth Avenue. That's not where the Dutch settlement was. The settlement is over by number 6 school on Bergen Avenue. Unless Pete literally walks over there himself, he's probably not going back. The 9/11 Memorial Fountain. Let me see my fountain. There she is. There's a movement afoot. I think we stopped it for now. Well, Kushner anyway. To demo that. We don't respect our monuments in Jersey City. Now, that fountain was dedicated back in 2001 to the 37 Jersey City residents that were killed in the 9/11 attacks. And there's a circle of honor that goes around there. I'm going to sit down with Mayor Fulop, and we're going to go through the steps of restoring that. And the mayor already gave me the okay. I just want to reiterate with that, because we got to get money. We got to pay for that. Now, Matt Calley, here's exactly what the developer said to the Jersey Journal. I don't think the statue is appropriate for a major metropolitan area, Mr. DeMarco told the Jersey Journal. It's a little gruesome. Well, the massacre that was perpetrated on the Polish people by the Russians on the orders of Stalin, yeah, was pretty damn gruesome. And that's a reminder that we don't commit or allow genocide like that again. That was mass massacre. And it isn't just a monument for the people of Jersey City to enjoy. You notice, Mr. DeMarco, this guy's got to be a dumbass, you know that it's on the waterfront. So who's ever coming through the Hudson River, whether it's in Jersey City or in New York City, they see that monument. Now, maybe they don't recognize what it is, but they can easily Google it, and they find out what we're memorializing here. Now, you want to build an open space area, you want to put some benches outside, that's all well and good, but the friggin' statue stays. Now, if there was talk about the community, Tom DeGeese, the county exec, says, well, I'm all in favor of the community deciding where the statue goes. Well, you know, Tommy boy, you were a council person when the statue was installed there. The community did make a decision. That community in 1991, if I'm not mistaken, I guess Brett Schindler's the mayor there. It wasn't just to pacify the people who lived in Jersey City at that time. the purpose of the statue is a reminder for generations to come. And the reason it's on the waterfront is so Jersey City, New York City, and anybody coming through the Hudson River will see that statue. And if they don't recognize it, at least they'll take a moment and maybe research as to why that statue is there and what it depicts. Now, Matt Calley, what are their reasons? I doubt the DeMarco guy is an art connoisseur. Sounds like a dumbass to me. But, yeah, he must be fairly successful. He's probably doing well at Matt Calley. Is there Russian money involved? Maybe that's it. You know, we talk about the Kushners and the Russians and the Trump and doing financial deals. Maybe Matt Calley and Mr. DeMarco are taking money from the Russians. Maybe it's the Russians who are there. So, wait, they said, oh, good. You have to get rid of this statue. That's my best Russian impersonation. Get rid of the statue. We'll give you millions. Get rid of the statue. Well, the statue isn't going anywhere. What kind of BS? Some friggin' developer. It's like having the 9/11 Memorial Fountain. Kushner wanted to demo it. They're going to bulldoze it. They don't give a they don't care about the history of Jersey City, the people here, and who we're memorializing. All they give a damn about is making a buck. And I don't begrudge them that. Make a buck. But at least respect what the people here before you and people who live in the friggin' city did. Whether it's 1991, 81, 2001, or in the case of the Memorial Fountain, 2002. Respect what was done. Respect what these monuments stand for. Dumbass. We're going to break the commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org. We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show. You're watching it live. You know, getting back to the waterfront, there's another memorial on the waterfront, 9/11 one. You have some various steel structures from the towers, the World Trade Center towers, and a stone there, and it's on the Oren Grundy Pier. I guess the Matt Calley guy, DeMarco, would probably say, you know, F that, get that, you know, somebody might trip over that steel. Get that out of here. Get this. Grundy, screw Grundy. Yeah, he's a dinosaur. His day is done. We'll make it the Matt Calley Pier or something like that. Have some freaking respect for the monuments and the people who put them there and the reason those monuments are there. God. Gruesome. You're gruesome. Trump, the President of the United States. You know, there's slings and arrows at this guy. You know, whether it's Stormy Davis, who says she had an affair or had a night with Trump 12 years ago, she's got hush money. She's not being hushed up, and I don't know if she paid back the money yet. And there's, you know, who is it going to fire? Remember, this guy actually trademarked, "You're fired" from The Apprentice days. You know, and he's kind of with the Twitter and all. Yeah, you really start to wonder about this guy. Is he presidential? Not to the degree of the presidents of the past. No, he's not a Clinton. Obama did some tweeting, but, you know, he doesn't have that political background. He's not a political animal. You know, there's the things about him with the women. You know, I don't care what he did with women in the past. That's between him and his wife. You know, you want to talk about hound dogs in the White House. Now, he hasn't done anything in the White House, Trump. But, you know, two of our most beloved presidents, President John F. Kennedy and Bill Clinton, they were doing it in the White House. You know, there's no secret to that. But we love them. When they name the top 10 presidents of the United States in history, Clinton and Kennedy pop up on that list. So, when they talk about, well, he had affairs with this woman, well, he didn't do it in the White House. The other guys did. And they're beloved. You start to wonder, we joke about Trump, maybe this guy is as dumb as a fox, you know what I mean? In Korea, now he's had a situation with North Korea, about Rocket Man and saber rattling and having our carriers and destroyers off the coast. Some people, felt president was bullying and he wanted to get into a conflict in Korea. Well, maybe there was a master plan. Maybe we got to start giving this guy some credit. Whatever Secretary of State is at Defense, whoever it is this week, because he goes through those guys a lot, or gals. It looks like, because of him, they're going to denuclearize Korea. South and North Korea are actually talking. They shut down the speakers. Do you realize North and South Korea have been at war since like 1953? They've been at war since. There's been a declaration of war. There was never a settlement to that. They're actually, hanging out. They're breaking bread. They're joking around. They're hugging. A year ago, that was unheard of. Months ago, we were worried about nuclear attacks on California or on Hawaii from Korea. This guy's testing things, and he's shooting missiles up, and Trump's like, "I'll shoot another missile up, and we're going to shoot a missile at you." Fortunately, we didn't do that. Now there's like a whole about face. Trump used his charm. Everybody's happy ducks in Korea. It's mind-boggling. Now, North Korea had some test issues with their rockets, and they kind of wiped out a lot of their engineers and scientists with a rocket explosion. That could be a reason why he's like saying, maybe I get away from the nuclear thing before we fry the entire peninsula. I could probably say I'll denuclearize, and the United States will give me billions of dollars. And I'm going to tell you now, we will give them billions of dollars if they just, do away with their nuclear stockpiles and their equipment and their manufacturing. And the guy from South Korea actually said, that Trump should get a Nobel Peace Prize. Can you imagine what it would be like next year? Nobel Peace Prize for peace goes to Donald Trump. But, you're going to have to give this guy credit, because he may have brought peace. Now, it didn't happen yet. And North Korea, can we trust North Korea? I don't know. This guy, it's a different world over there. There's people starving. They need money. And I tell you, in the United States, we'll come in there and say, listen, you give us your nukes. We'll take them. We'll take all your nukes. We'll take your rockets, which we'll probably scrap anyway. But, technology is far less than what we have, and we'll scrap them out. And we'll give you billions of dollars so you can feed your people and buy medicine, and we'll send you over some cars. I suppose they got Kias over there and Hyundais. But it's amazing. And you start looking at some of the other things that are happening in the United States. And again, all we ever hear with Trump is, Stormy Davis or this woman or that woman. Guy likes women. But again, that's between him and his wife. He didn't do this in the White House. And we got to be concerned what he did here. Now, if there are character flaws, well, yeah. Didn't we reelect Bill Clinton when we knew about all those character flaws? I think memory serves, I think we reelected Clinton after he was impeached. I think we reelected him after the Monica Lewinsky thing. So, I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. Businesses are moving back to the United States. The economy is doing well. You're going to have to give this guy credit. Like I'm saying, there's a master plan. You get the feeling he kind of steps in it. Even they just had the correspondence press dinner where Trump didn't attend. He was at a Make America Great rally somewhere. But actually, the comedian who was the attraction for the event, and she was the head entertainment, she's got everybody upset at her. She actually made Trump and his administration a sympathetic figure for all sides of the media. This is incredible. You know, he's been beating up Russia. Left and right now, he's accused of collaborating with Russia, but we don't seem to have any evidence of that. And now there's a bunch of questions that were leaked out from the investigators. How do we keep leaking this? How the hell are we supposed to have, CIA and intelligence on our enemies? We can't even keep, memos in the office around here. He's hammering Russia, reminiscent of Reagan days. This guy might be right for the United States. With all the drama and misdirection that comes out of the White House because of Trump, and he brings a lot of it on himself, if he can bring peace to the Korean Peninsula, that's incredible. He may just win a Nobel Peace Prize next year. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live. I'm going to give you a little peek into Thursday's show. Recently, a political operative in Bayonne took an interview that we did back in October with Jason O'Donnell. He's a candidate for mayor, and he re-edited it with a picture of himself there with his mouth moving, and it was dismissive of O'Donnell, and it was an attack on Jason O'Donnell's campaign. But what this knucklehead didn't realize, that's my intellectual property that he was using. He re-edited it, and he's using my audio, and he's using questions that I asked Jason O'Donnell, and Jason is responding to these questions, but this is my intellectual property. And he put it up on YouTube, and he had like 10 views, and I got in touch with YouTube. Our crew here got in touch with him, and as soon as YouTube got the report, they looked into it, and they pulled it. Let's take a quick look at what this knucklehead did. This guy was a failed candidate for school board in Bayonne, something like that. And he obviously he's pro-Davis. Let's give a quick peek at what this thing looked like.
Okay, so tell me, Jason, about your time in government.
We did with Jay back in
what
October
exactly
on the Hudson County Show.
during
And
your time
this knucklehead over here re-edited it. He cut me out, but Jay's asking my questions, and he's simulating his own questions here. Yeah, I guess he is just manipulating his mouth on that. If you're going to take somebody's intellectual property and re-edit it, you better make sure you get friggin' permission to do that. Now, probably I can sue this knucklehead over that, but I don't really care. YouTube pulled it down, and since a whopping like 10 people looked at it, I don't think it's a big issue. But if you're going to fool with somebody's material, make sure you get permission. All right, let's get back to the show. The Gateway Tunnel. You know, the government has agreed. I think they're going to pay half of it. Is that what I figure? What, like $600 million, whatever. Here's the concern with the Gateway Tunnel that goes back to the Arc Tunnel when Christie first became governor. There's a project ongoing right now in New York City. The East Side Access. It has to do with the Grand Central Station. There's tunnels being built, and there's going to be a Long Island Railroad station under the Grand Central Station. The project began in 2009. The project started out at $2.2 billion in 2009. This project is still ongoing, and the bill has ballooned up to $11 billion, and it's not done yet. See, when the Arc Tunnel was being spoken of, and it was, no, actually not spoken of, it was in play. You know, the state was buying up properties, and, you know, that's why we don't have the McDonald's on Tunley Avenue anymore. They were purchasing the properties, and when Christie became governor, he put a stop to it because New Jersey would have been holding the bag for any of the project overages. Now, here we are in New York City with an overage to the tune of about $9 billion. We would have been holding the bag on the Arc Tunnel. Fast forward over to the Gateway Tunnel. Can you imagine how absurd the final price for the Gateway Tunnel would be just by looking at the East Access Project? And this is ongoing. You can Google it. For the Gateway Tunnel to work, and by the way, an East Side project, there was like hundreds of employees. Well, there were hundreds of people getting paychecks, but they weren't working on the project. Yeah, the whole project just got perverted in New York, which is obviously what happened here in New York, New Jersey. The only way, again, looking at the East Side Access Project, that the Gateway Tunnel makes sense for the people of New Jersey and New York and the federal government is for the federal government to run and oversee the entire project. You obviously can't let New York City do it because look what happened with the East Side Access Project, you know, tunnels and terminal. Probably one of the biggest problems you have in New York City and New Jersey is rules and regulations that are politically written for political favors with unions and municipalities, that sort of thing. They have to be toned down or eliminated, or the price for the Gateway Tunnel will be obscene. Whatever number they tell you now is true BS. You may as well pull your own number out of your pocket. Well, Gateway Tunnel, I'll say $4 billion. Well, it's going to be a lot more. Whatever we say, quadruple it at least. Union requirements have to be eased. That's probably what happened with the East Side Access Project. It's probably had to do with unions and union regulations and union stipulations that were agreed upon by layers and layers and layers of politicians over the years. That's probably what drove the East Side Access Project to $11 billion and counting. That has to be eased. Or the feds are going to come in and say, we're not going to honor any of these territorial regional contracts. You know, we have to do the business of the people, but we're not going to fund a project that can literally be so expensive that the people won't be able to use it. Because there's going to be a toll attached to it. There's going to be bonds that have to be paid. And it may be so friggin' expensive that it will just bankrupt budgets. A project shouldn't cost 4 or 5 times more here in New Jersey and New York than it does in the Midwest or in the South. You know, steel costs, you know, there's steel costs money here and there. Concrete costs money here and there. There's no reason concrete should cost 10 times more in New York than it does down in the South. Now, I know there's real estate prices and rents that have to be paid, but there's probably more factors that go into driving up the price of a project in New York, New Jersey, than in the Midwest. We can't have, like I said, we can't have projects that will be so friggin' expensive if and when they are ever completed, because who the hell knows when the East Side Access Project will be, that they will be too expensive. They will be exorbitant to use. You know, a train ticket to go through the Gateway Tunnel maybe an additional $100 on your ticket. Well, we got to pay these bonds off, so it's $100 each way. So it costs you $200 a day in addition to whatever the fare is to use the Gateway Tunnel. the only way the Gateway Tunnel works for the people of New York and New Jersey, if we cut out all the ridiculousness and we live with a real budget. You're going to have to ease the rules and regulations and the territorial union requirements and whatever the contracts bear. That has to be eliminated or extremely eased, or there's no way the Gateway Tunnel will ever get done. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
We're back. Let me look in the important here and shuffle the papers. These papers are sticking together. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You're a concerned Jersey City resident. That's why you're there. That's why you watch the show. That's why I do it live on Comcast 190. Now, we're going into hiatus the end of this month. And for that matter, I got to call Comcast today. They want me to sign in a new contract 1 year. I just don't know what shows are going forward. I want to do the state show. We certainly want to do New Jersey at Large. And there's shows that, you talk about and you want to get done, but then they fall by the wayside. But no show goes away. They sit in the background and then they come forward. There's icons, like a biography show we would like to do here. We got some set parts. You got some antique furniture here for that. We got an old TV. We got an 8-track player. So at the end of May, we're going to hiatus, and we don't come back until after 9/11. And during that time, we work on new shows. We'll work on the studio. We'll fix this up. We fix that up. Do some equipment upgrades. And we try to make a better product for you. Now, some shows will go forward into the next season. Some won't. So we'll see how that goes. I assume the Jersey City Show will survive. Hudson County, I assume, will survive. But eventually we make a decision. But I'd like to bring icons in. I think that would be a great show to do. I know the interns would like going out and interviewing these subjects, and then we'll compile the information, and then we bring the people in to be interviewed. But let's get back to the show. Jersey City Show, and we're live. Jersey City schools are facing inevitable layoffs. There's a budget shortfall of around $25 million. Actually, that budget's going to be a long fall because there's more cuts coming. There is a movement afoot in Trenton to stabilize or fairly fund all the school districts. There are a lot of school districts that are considered overfunded, underfunded. I'd have to do with Abbott, whatever the ways these schools are funded. I know Governor Murphy has an idea. Steve Sweeney has an idea of how to equalize the funding of these schools. There's a problem when one school district, this is all New Jersey, by the way. It's not talking, Utah. We're all New Jersey districts, where one district gets, it costs $6,000 to teach a student per year. In Jersey City, I think that number is something like $18,000 per year per student. Now, again, all these districts are in New Jersey. There's some reason we have an imbalance. Now, is it that huge of a difference salary-wise? Well, I think Jersey City pays pretty good. I know Steve Sweeney, the state Senate, Speaker of the Senate, just attacked the Jersey City Board of Education for approving a teacher's contract before they really knew what the outcome of funding was going to be. I wonder if this is the results of years and years and years of abatements. I know how the state looks at Jersey City from when I'm talking to other people out of the state, out of the city, with a golden door, with the biggest building, the most valuable property. Yeah, everything's great in Jersey City, and we earn that. But on the other side, we're out there with our hands saying, we're so poor, we need help, we need help. And that's not working anymore. The rest of the state, and a lot had to do with the property tax, why a revow was pushed. Now listen, Mayor Fulop, for whatever reasons, he canceled the revow that started under Mayor Healy, whether it was to protect his Ward E constituents, and he would be right if that was his reasoning, because they got pounded. They had property taxes that went from like $7,000 a year to $43,000 a year, or if he truly felt that that revow was tarnished because of a former Jersey City employee participating in the revow on behalf of the assessor company. If you recall the Jersey City shows where I was constantly telling Mayor Fuller, just accept the revow, just accept the numbers, accept the numbers. We paid for it, we're going to lose. We had no legal standing on that, and of course we didn't. And the revow went through. Well, the state's looking at how Jersey City's funded, and I'm going to tell you now, they're saying we're overfunded to the tune of $100 million. Jersey City Board of Education is going to lose a lot more than $25 million. Who makes that up? Do you want to make it up, Jersey City people? Of course you do not want to make that up. That is outrageous to make that. Right now we're at $25 million shortfall. So yeah, custodians and teachers aides and various school projects will be eliminated. But maybe what needs to be done is a forensic look at the Board of Education. The Board of Education's budget is more than the entire city of Jersey City. That should be a red flag right there. Maybe we go and we look at all the expenses involved in the Board of Education. For years and years, we didn't have anything to do with it. The state ran the school. Your property taxes, your school payment was blocked. And the newest schools, when people are touting, well, we built this new school and we built that new school. No, we didn't. The state built them. The state was running our schools. So now it's a case where the state's going to look at Jersey City and say, you guys are going to have to step up to the plate. Before we get to that plate with bat in hand, Mayor Fulop, as the head of the city, is going to have to say, we need to know every freaking expense associated with the Board of Education. We got to find out why it's $16,000 or $18,000 a year to educate a student here in Jersey City, when 15 miles down the road it's $6,000. Because if we don't get a handle on that, it is going to come out of your pocket. And just think of how much $25 million is to cover in your property taxes, in your school portion of it. If we lose out $100 million or close to $100 million, and whatever other aid we get, if we don't get the cost of the school system under control, there is going to be one huge tax bill. Now again, is this the result of the abatements? And I want to keep in mind, as we keep awarding abatements, the revow just came through and we were giving out abatements in Ward E when we knew the hammer was coming. We gave abatements out. And listen, there was no secret to the city of Jersey City what was going to happen in Ward E, because we had numbers. We didn't use them, but we had numbers from the canceled revow. We knew what was going to happen there, and we kept giving out abatements. No matter what happens school tax-wise, those abated properties are exempt from it. They'll be exempt from it for the next 20 or 30 years. So when we're issuing abatements, and I know your Bon Bells is going to love that, maybe we should say, wait a minute, until we really find out what the finances are here, we should stop giving out abatement. But that didn't happen when we knew the revow was coming. And we knew what was going to happen, but we still exempt these properties. Think about that. You got a revow in March. The new tax bill came out in April. You're exempt. Pretty good, huh? We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. I'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers, Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, and you're watching it live. Now, we're going to do the demo permits, but we only got 8 minutes left of the show, so I will hold that either Thursday's Hudson County Show, or I'll bring that back for Tuesday. Maybe I'll do it on Thursday's Hudson County Show, because once we enact our changes, they'll probably go to other cities. A little this and that stuff. Gold badges. Do you know a council person or a freeholder has a badge that they can flip in their wallets? Freeholder, pull over. Now, we did recently have a freeholder that had some sort of a road rage incident, and where he pulled out his freeholder badge. I don't know what the freaking freeholder needed a badge for, but the council reps have badges, and they're like badges given to all sorts of people. There was a woman, I'm sure you've seen the video, Port Authority, and Teaneck, I think. She was trying to intimidate these two Teaneck cops. That wasn't working. She flipped out a badge. That didn't work. Vin Coppell, who is a state senator in Monmouth County, a guy I know a little bit about. For that matter, I've been emailing with him for the Tom's River Show for Route 37 and Route 166 construction work, and there are changes there, so got to give Vinny a little prop. He is putting a measure through Trenton, and I'm sure it will be adopted, that they're going to take all these ridiculous little badges away from people who shouldn't have a badge. And unless you're in some sort of enforcement, you shouldn't have a badge. A cop has a badge. A corrections officer. I guess a fireman should have a badge, I suppose. You know, when I was a kid, I was a patrol boy. I had a badge. The people have these badges, and the idea, I guess, is to get out. You ever see people with their cars, and they have this, like, weird badge near their inspection sticker, and has, like, you know, the 3 little suction cups there. In their mind, they think if a state trooper or a Jersey City cop is going to pull you over for whatever offense, they'll see that and go, oh, you're one of us. No, those things don't work. So don't give the $100. They don't work. Maybe a courtesy card from a high-ranking law enforcement person, that'll work. But so Mr. Coppell is going to put legislation in, and I'm sure it will be adopted. So the freeholders will lose their badges. They might even lose their name. They may become commissioners. Council people, crazy office clerks who have badges for some reason. Today, at 3 o'clock, is the return of Mike Francesa. The sports doctor is back after retiring in December. Now, Mike probably thought he was going to get a big deal out of WABC or WOR. I know Sirius took a run at him, but nobody had the money in sports or sports station to fund Mike Francesa. Now, you probably looked at pods and stuff like that, and realization set in that the only place he was going to get any kind of real money was FAN. And FAN was recently just purchased. And the new owners wanted the star power. And the replacement team, Colin, Maggie Gray, and Bart Scott, lost the ratings book to Michael Kay and ESPN. So that probably upset them. So they went out and they went and got Mike Francesa back. So he's coming back to the Fan, a little bit of a paid deduction, but he's probably got other things cooking. His football shows will be back. But Mike is going to return to an FAN that he won't recognize, and Mike is the reason there is an FAN today. He's really one of the pioneers of sports radio. Really, Arthur Russ Jr. really started sports radio, if you remember Art Russ Jr. Steve Malzberg was his producer. He's going to go back to a fan that he won't recognize and where he basically isn't welcome. It's, you really can't go home again. And even though Mike was only gone for a short time, the fan completely changed. Relationships changed. That whole new crew that took his time slot, they're pushed from, I think, 1 to 3. And Joe Beningo and Evan are from 10 to 1. You're not going to have a 2-hour show, so they're going to do something with that group. They may be right at the contract. I don't know how long of a contract. Chris Carlin probably got a long contract. The other two probably didn't. The only person I know that can go home again was Steve Jobs. He went back to Apple after he was kicked out of there, and he made Apple what it is today. He was Apple. Mike is going to go into hostile territory there. Even the existing people didn't want him back. And really, it's almost like he graduated high school, and for whatever reason, you came back 3 years later. You don't fit. You graduated high school, and 3 years later, you're hanging out at high school after school. You don't fit there. Mike doesn't fit there. Mike should have moved on to internet radio, whatever it is to keep him busy. He's got his money. Park cleanup. We just recently, it was Earth Day, and there were various park cleanups in Jersey City and Hudson County. And the people are cleaning the parks in Jersey City and the county parks and Liberty State Park, all parks that are maintained by union workers, union city workers. And you wonder, is that really scab work? And what kind of work are our union city employees doing if there is that much trash in our parks that these volunteers were filling up massive bags of garbage? So if I'm DPW, Pat Stramato, and Johnny Lynch, saying, well, if they got that much garbage out of that park, what the hell are our guys doing? Yeah, there's got to be something that sets off an alarm there. And if we can have volunteers do that type of work, can we expand upon that? Can we have the volunteers like fill potholes? Paint graffiti out. There's other city things we can have them do. Something to think about. But really, you can't do union work. So you could be considered a scab. But like I said, we have to consider, if they found that much garbage, what was the city people doing? The Avengers movie came out. Did like $600 million domestic and overseas. I'm going to see it tonight at 5:30. I'm a Marvel kind of guy. Also, I want to say The Simpsons broke the record of Gunsmoke at 636 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. Then I realized I did more episodes than The Simpsons, and that's saying something. All right, we're at a show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you during the week. Good night.